Good morning to everyone. So, in last class we have discussed about the events which are takes place during the time of sexual reproduction. One, we called it as pre-fertilization events we have observed, like the gametogenesis formation and the gamete transfer. So, by the help of the gametes transfer and how these gametes will be transferring, it means by pollination method in the plants, either the self pollination or cross pollination. Whereas in case of the algae, the water is the medium which is required for a transfer of the pollen grains from Antheridium to Archegonium. So, now in this class we have to start to study about the other different types of events which are takes place in the sexual reproduction. So, that we have to discuss is nothing but of fertilization. Fertilization. So, fertilization it represents a fusion of male and female gametes permanently is called as fertilization. So, fusion of male and female gametes permanently. To form diploid zygote. So, the fertilization is called as the fusion of male and female gametes permanently to form a diploid zygote. By the result of fusion of a male gamete with the female gamete to form the zygote. Zygote is a diploid structure. The diploid structure in the sexual reproduction we call it as first cell, which is a diploid cell in sexual reproduction we called it as a zygote. So, these fertilization also we called as syngamy. Fertilization also called as syngamy. It is a syngamy. Fertilization process it is also we called it as syngamy. So, how this fertilization process is occur by sexually reproducing organisms. So, based on this fertilization, whether it is occur on the place, depending on the place, this fertilization it is in two different types. One we called it as external fertilization and the other one we called it as internal fertilization. So, let us discuss about the different types of fertilization methods. The two different types of the fertilizations of fertilizations. based on place, based on place. So, where the fertilization process is occurring, it means whether inside or outside, based on the place of females. Now, we call it as one, it is a external fertilization, the external fertilization. The other one we called it as the internal fertilization. So, the external fertilization also we called it as the external syngamy, and the internal fertilization we called it as the internal syngamy. Now, external fertilization, that it means fusion of male and female gametes are occur outside the female body of an organism, is called as external fertilization. So, commonly we have to know about the gametic production transfer, because male gametes have the ability of motility, from one place to another place they will move, whereas in case of the female gametes they will stick to female organism bodies only, they does not move from one place to another. Now, the external fertilization, during these external fertilization, what happening? It means fusion of male and female gametes the male and female gametes outside the body of female individual. So, here a syngamy process is nothing but a fusion of male and female gametes. That fusion is occurring outside the female individual body, is called as the external. External, it means outside the female body. The fusion of male and female gametes is occurring, such a mechanism we called it as the external syngamy or fertilization. So, we can observe the many examples with these. The best examples we can consider, like we called it as the fishes. The fishes, male fishes and the female fishes can release their gametes into the external media like water, then inside the water only the fertilization will be occur. Likewise, in the amphibians, so whereas in case of the amphibians like frogs also, both the male individual and female individuals, they are releasing their gametes into the external medium like water. In that water only the fertilization process is occurring. It means outside the body of an female organism the fertilization is occurring, that is why we called it as it is an external fertilization. And like many examples even in algae. In algae also we can give the best examples for the external fertilization. So, like the fertilization, algae can produce us the spores like zoospores. Those zoospores and many of the spores they can produce us. Those spores will be float and to reach the other spore. With that help, the zygospore formation, then that zygospore can goes for the resting phase, then again it will produce as the spores like gametophytic stage it will be formed. So, like the mechanism of fertilization is occurring outside the body of an individual, such a mechanism we can called as the external fertilization. Whereas, in case of the internal fertilization it represents the fusion of male and female gametes occur inside a female individual, female organism. The fusion of male and female gametes occur inside the female organisms. It means male organism is released the male gametes, and those male gametes goes into the female organism body and to fuses with a female gamete. Then zygote formation occur by fusion of these two gametes. Then the zygote will be present inside the individual of female only. Then the further developmental process it will be occur. The further process it will be takes place inside the female individuals. So, like such type of the fertilization process we called it as a internal fertilization. Internal, it represents the inside the female individual. So, that is why it is a internal fertilization. So, we can give the many examples for this internal fertilization. So, those some examples like we called it as a like birds and the mammals and the reptiles like many of the examples we can give in case of the organisms like animals, and whereas in case of the plants from that bryophytes and the pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. Like in the plants, we can give the best examples where we can observe the internal fertilization in the sense bryophytes and the pteridophytes and the gymnosperms and angiosperms. There the male gametes are produced and those male gametes will float and move to reach the female gamete, and the fertilization will be occur in the female organism body only. So, like such type of the reproduction like fertilization events we are observing many. So, how these fertilizations can be helps for the individual development in the sense that these basic events can be observed during the time of the fertilization. Then you have to observe then which is a better mode of fertilization, whether it is a external fertilization or it is a internal fertilization. So, if you have to observe in case of the external fertilization, so fertilization is occurring outside the body. then automatically more effect will be occur. It means some other organisms will come and eat such kind of the zygotes. There is a lot of chances. But whereas in case of the internal fertilization, very less chances to destroy or to kill the zygote. So that's why we can give the internal fertilization is the better way of fertilization. Then after fertilization, what will happen? Now zygotes will be formed by the result of this fertilization, zygote will be formed. Depending on the zygote development, based on the life cycle of an individual, the organisms can be classified, or like we call it some organisms showing the haplantic life cycle, some organisms showing the diplantic life cycle, some organisms showing the diplohaplantic life cycle. It means based on the period which is more dominant, whether it is a haplantic period is more dominant or a diplantic period is more dominant, or otherwise both periods are present in the individual life cycle. Based on that, the organisms are differentiated into 3 different types, depending on, so this complete development is occurring because of the zygote. So like the algal plants shows always the haplantic life cycle only, algae, fungus, most of the algae and fungus, they shows the haplantic life cycle. Why? Because whenever the 2 gametes are fused, external fertilization, with that result a diploid cell like zygote will be formed. So after few days, that zygote can convert into a zygospore. So that zygospore can goes for the rest. After few days, it undergoes the rest period. After resting, that zygospore undergoes meiotic cell division, that we called it as zygotic meiotic cell division. Means zygote is involved in the meiotic. It is a kind of zygomeiotic cell division. So meiotic processes occur in the zygote. With that result, the zygospore can produce us the 4 haploid gametes. Those gametes again they will reach on the different substratum regions. By utilizing the conditions, those spores will start to germinate and to produce us the colonies and the myceliums in case of fungus. Like as usual, those developmental stages will be occur, like in case of the bryophytes or in algae, like a kind of gametes will be formed. So those gametes are reached on the on germination. Again these gametes will produce us the gametophytic stage, and again those gametophytic stage can produce us the gametes. Those gametes are fused, again formation of the zygospore, it is takes rest. Like the complete life cycle is occurring more dominance of haplantic period. That's why such type of life cycle we call it as the haplantic life cycle. Whereas in case of the diplantic life cycle, when a zygote is produced, that zygote can develops into a sporophytic organism, like a sporic division. That sporic division, it having the diploid condition, like you may observe a plant body, flowering plant body. So from that seed, now we called a zygote is developed into embryo to the seed. Take an example of the seed, and that seed can be soaked in the soil. Then after few days, it will start to germinate. So that germination result in a formation of one stem, development of the leaves, branches, flowers, fruits, seeds. Like these kind of the structures are developing from that diploid structure of a seed. Now see this here what it is happening. So like diplomatic sporophytic stage can helps for development of other parts. Likewise, you can take an examples of the human beings and the other animals which are developing from that zygote. Zygote undergoes a cell divisions, like we called it as the mitotic cell divisions and differentiation process. With that result, the embryo development, that embryos will develop into the newer individuals by formation of all the organs development. So it means a diploid period is more dominant. So like the organisms are differentiated diplomatic life cycle, whereas in case of the haplodiplomatic or diplohaplontic life cycle, both the phases, the half of the life cycle is gametophytic stage is present, the remaining half period sporophytic stage will be present. Such a condition we can observe in the organisms called as the bryophytes and the pteridophytes. There we can observe the haploid gametes will be reached on the soil region. They will start to produce us the gametophyte. So on germination, this gametophyte will start to produce us the gametes. So those gametes are fused in the gametophytic stage and to start to produce us a sporophyte. So that sporophyte having the sporangias, in that sporangias can start undergoes meiotic cell division and it will produce us the haploid spores again. Like sporophyte can produce us the spores by undergoing the many types of meiotic cell divisions. Like haplodiplomatic life cycle or diplohaplontic life cycle. There we can observe the both the haplontic gametophyte and the sporophyte both are dominating. That's why such kind of the life cycle we call it as the haplodiplomatic or diplohaplontic life cycle. So whereas in case of the after formation of a zygote, then we can consider as a post fertilization changes. During post fertilization, zygote will be developed, then after embryogenesis process it will be occur. So how a zygote is formed? What is a zygote in the sense? It's nothing but of a diploid cell which is a result of syngamy or fertilization of male and female gametes. So then the embryogenesis. Embryogenesis, it represents the development of an embryo from zygote. So from that zygote it undergoes by divisions, like we called it as the developments, that it finally produces the embryo. So what are the cell divisions are occurred during the time of embryogenesis in the sense, one, it is a cell division like mitotic cell divisions are occur and the cell differentiation process. So the cell differentiation process, it represents like we called it as the developments by increase of the mass of the cells number. So like such kind of the changes can be observed during the time of a post fertilization. So how these embryos are developing, whether the embryos are developing inside the individual or outside the individual, or how the embryo development is occurred, based on the development of embryo, the organisms are differentiated into three categories. So one we called it as the oviparous and the viviparous and ovoviviparous. The organisms can be differentiated based on the development of an embryo, where the development of an embryo is occur. Let us observe in case of the oviparous organisms. So oviparous organisms, it represents the embryo development is occur by inside a protective shell, the calcareous protective shell. It means egg. The egg, inside the egg, embryo development is occur. Such type of development we called it as the oviparous organisms. Like the development of embryo inside calcareous protective egg. So, the development of embryo is occur inside the calcareous. Calcareous, it represents, it's a kind of protective layer, a shell. That shell is made up of calcium salts and calcium sulfates. So, like the calcareous protective egg. So, inside that protective egg, the embryo developments will be occur. Such type of organisms we call it as oviparous organisms. Simply we can call it as the egg laying organisms. So, the best examples for these egg laying organisms we can give, like we called it as the reptiles and birds. So, these organisms are egg laying organisms. With the help of inside the egg only, they can the developments of the embryos will be occur. Whereas, in case of the viviparous organisms, in case of viviparous, development of an embryo inside a female organism is called as the viviparous condition. It means embryo development is occur inside the female organism. Such a mechanism we can call as the viviparous condition. The best examples in here we can observe, like many of the examples we can give, those we called it as the viviparous condition. The embryo developments are occur inside the mother's womb, that we can observe in the mammals. So, mammals and the animals, like mammals we can give the best examples for this development of it means they are producing directly to their young ones. A production of young ones which gives, it means the development of embryos and baby deliveries occur. Through the young developed babies are delivered from the mother womb. Such mechanism we call it as the viviparous condition. So, here what it is happening in the sense, simply we can call it as a production of young ones through the female individuals, which gives birth to their young ones directly. Such a mechanism we call it as viviparous condition. Whereas, in case of the ovoviviparous condition, these organisms can produce us the eggs during favorable condition and directly which gives birth to their young ones during unfavorable conditions. So, the organisms have the ability to produce egg during favorable condition and young ones during unfavorable condition. During unfavorable condition, they are produces their young ones. If the conditions are suitable, then they are produces the eggs only. So, such type of the mechanism we can observe in case of the organisms like we called it as the shark, the large shark fishes and rattlesnakes. Some of the snakes and the shark and rattlesnakes, these are the individuals which are produced their young ones based on the conditions with whether they are favorable conditions or unfavorable. Depending on that, the developments will be occur. So, thank you for watching this video, and the remaining concepts we will be continuous in the next class. Thank you.